Today's project is going to be a little different. It's at my own house, so this is just something I've wanted to do, I don't know, like the last 5 or 6 years. But where the 260 is sitting, I was trying to walk over here, it's probably noisy with the truck, but this is actually my property line right through here. You can kind of tell where the grass is a little bit different, but it doesn't look near as nice as my fescue grass, because the whole deal is, when we built back after the tornado, we landscaped, I think in February of 2012. And we also did this house, which you wouldn't be able to tell now, but so it also has an irrigation system as well. But somehow I ended up with the big rotators over here that washed or sprayed all the way over here, and then theirs was supposed to fire back. But anyway, new owner, they don't do anything, and mine was just kind of overwatering everything over here. So I'm actually going to dig all this out and put in new spray heads, which is what I have along that side of my driveway, and resod all this. I just kind of let it go like the last 2 years because I couldn't ever keep it watered the way I needed to, and they don't mow or anything, so their weeds were encroaching. And we're also going to rip out all my land. It's been a little windy, you can see I got some trash, but we're going to rip out all of my landscaping. Got a bunch of holes where stuff has been dying the last couple of years. The top of my blue atlas is starting to die, and this stuff, like I said, we put it in February of 2012, and the last few years have been extreme cold or extreme heat. I think it's taken a toll on it, because you can tell it's just kind of got various shrubs and stuff that are missing. And then yeah, my beds are kind of out of control, so it's a little embarrassing to show. But I had another serpentine blue atlas here, and it finally died. Those are crepe myrtles, which those won't start blooming until, I don't know, May or June or whatever. But yeah, I'm just gonna redo all of this. I'm taking out the stone edging. I'll leave my rock, I like my rock, but then I think we're gonna go back with decorative rock and all new shrubs. The lady that's doing the water feature design, I actually had her come over here because she's a landscape designer and an aquascapes installer and designer. So she kind of drew up a new plan and print, because I've been wanting to re-landscape this for like, I don't know, last 3 years, I think. So I've kept the yard looking good. It's just the shrubs have gotten a little, I don't know, out of control. And like I said, the weather's been a little bit difficult on them. But we'll actually start with the sod and stuff. I got the peat here. I'm going to dig all that out, haul it off, redo the sprinkler, and then if I get time, we'll start tearing these shrubs out. If not, we'll pick another day. got the new zone in. It's like 75, 76 feet from here to the fence down there. And I'm going back with some spray heads. I think they've actually got some new nozzles now that they didn't have when I put these in, that I think they're called vans, and they rotate, like the water pattern rotates. They actually just stay stationary, but the water comes out of the nozzle, kind of spins and rotates, and they'll shoot up to 15 feet. So these two I kind of fudge. They're about 13 feet apart, and everything else I try to keep on the sprays like 10 or 11. So, but this one's just basically gonna have to just do this little triangle right here. But I use a green poly pipe for the zone. I guess I should have showed more of this. This is the main, or the supply line that feeds the system. Because for those that don't know how these work, I'm sure a lot of people do, you'll have to have a main line run and feed all these solenoids, and then this wire runs back to the clock on the side of the house. So when it comes to the next zone, which I think this is actually zone 12 on my yard, because 13 is the swing pipe, the clock sends a signal, and this valve opens, lets the water come out, and sprays out the heads and stuff right there. So, and this is the last zone, so that's why this, well, actually I think we looped the main all the way around the yard, and then I just teed off of it to come over to here. So yeah, some guys call it the supply line or the main line or whatever, but then we just always used to run, or still do, the poly on all the zones. And then these yellow things are called saddles. They just snap over there, and then you thread the piece down in there and it punches a hole. Like I said, I probably should have maybe showed more of this for the people that have never put irrigation in, but it's Sunday and I'm running out of time. So I want to try to go get my 2 loads of dirt and get put in here, then I'll be good to go after that. So I apologize for not really showing that. But yeah, basically it's pretty simple. You just snap it over there, thread that in, it punches the hole, then you just take the swing pipe and jam on there. And then I just got them cut long and taped off. I'll do all my dirt work, pack it down, and then I just dig up with the shovel and put the heads on there. And I'll try to show more of that, because I'll do that either later this week or after I get the dirt in here and stuff. I'll put those on before we put the sod down. But yeah, and then this is just a valve box, they call it, and that'll be, I'm gonna set that there. I'm gonna try to get it about the height of the driveway. It's probably a little bit low, but that way if I ever need to work on that for some reason, unless I did like last time, let the grass grow over the top of it, you can still get to it. But yeah, that's that. So we got 8 heads on here. They should spray, those sprays will adjust, like I said, up to 15 feet, but I can tone them down because I really just need to spray over, I don't know, 9 or 10 feet. So on my property line, you can kind of tell where my driveway runs on an angle because it gets more narrow as we go that way. But I think the house is set crooked on the property. So yeah, I ended up stealing Dad's irrigation trailer, which made it pretty easy to do everything pretty quick. So yeah, now we'll take it back, get the Peterbilt. I got 2 loads of topsoil at the shop. Get our topsoil in here, raked out, and it'll be ready for heads and sod.